Yeah.
So I had to buy that.
Okay.
Absolutely had to. I had no choice in the matter.
No choice. Had to buy it.
Yep.
Did you see that thing going around that was that the N-Gauge design is a goatsy
I did see that
thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't believe that.
Well, obviously it's not.
I mean, I believe it's a funny story because it kind of looks like that.
Well, I was going to say, it's such a terrible design that makes the story plausible.
It makes the story plausible, but that can't be.
It doesn't even have the wedding ring, so. Which, if you're gonna do a goatsy homage, you need to have the wedding ring in there.
Yep. There you go.
That's just science.
Gotta be. Hey. It's the after show. Ding.
It's the after show.
I don't want to go to work today.
And this week we're gonna do a review game. Just cause.
Okie dokie.
And this one is from the October 1999 issue of EGM.
Okay,
so interesting.
Dreamcast is freshly launched.
Issue 131?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have the issue in front of me.
Is this like one of your first ones or something, Greg?
That would be my first issue.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then, this will be a fun one. I think the Spider-Man game's on the cover. Spider-Man.
I think that's the issue before my first issue.
The PS1 Spider-Man?
PS1 Spider-Man, yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go Phil first and then Greg. How about that?
Okay.
How about that?
Okie dokie.
I haven't had to do the sound effects recently.
Okie dokie, skokie.
Let me see if let me see if these still work. Tell me if they work.
Yep.
That worked.
Yep.
That worked.
Okay.
I did.
Good. Then that'll be real good. All right. Phil.
Yes.
This one is for PlayStation 1.
Okay.
Having lost interest in blank before the end of the first disc, I was skeptical about blank. But any doubts I had were quickly wiped away. Blank has outdone itself this time, weaving a rich storyline using a combination of FMV and real-time graphics that is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Its Guardian Force and junctioning systems are very flexible, allowing for the hardcore RPG fan to customize while letting the casual gamer enjoy the ride.
I don't know PS1 RPGs. You know this though, don't you, Greg?
I don't know. Do I?
Yeah, you absolutely do. Final Fantasy 9. No.
I actually really don't know it.
Really?
But I'm going to go with Final Fantasy 8.
Oh!
I wasn't 100% sure which one it was. I knew it wasn't 7 because it was too late to be 7.
Yeah. I definitely knew it wasn't 7, but...
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 8, that review, written by me.
Oh, look at that.
And I gave it a 9.5.
You were right about losing interest at the first disc.
Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, sorry.
Is what I lost interest in. Greg, you have 1 point now.
All right.
Good job.
How many are we doing, by the way? 3 reviews each?
Yes, 3 reviews each. And this one, Greg, is for PlayStation 1.
All right.
When I first heard blank didn't have the actual game included, I thought it was a waste of money. I was quite wrong. In addition to having that kick-ass blank look and feel, blank has a decidedly puzzle game flair, which is a good thing. As the levels progress, they get more difficult, more interesting, and fun. Sometimes even downright funny. Most gamers, and certainly fans of blank, will dig this little disc for the right price.
Fans rejoice.
Read the first part again?
Read the first part?
Yeah, that's confusing too.
When I first heard blank didn't have the actual game included, I thought it was a waste of money. I was quite wrong. In addition to having that kick-ass blank look and feel, blank has a decidedly puzzle game flair, which is a good thing.
What? Blank didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
One game.
I don't have an answer.
You don't have an answer?
Nope.
Phil, you want to steal?
Read it again, please. This is crazy.
When I first heard Blank didn't have the actual game included, I thought it was a waste of money. I was quite wrong. In addition to having that kick-ass Blank look and feel, Blank has a decidedly puzzle game flair, which is a good thing. As the levels progress, they get more difficult, more interesting, and fun, sometimes even downright funny. Most gamers, and certainly fans of Blank, will dig this little disc for the right price.
I'm wondering if this is a remake of an old arcade game.
Mm,
You know, like Pac-Man World or something that
right.
doesn't have the original arcade game included. Hubert.
I want to say that
That's
it's.
wrong.
I'm thinking that it might be something that might be based on, say, a board game, but the actual board game wasn't there. But okay.
What was it? What was it, CJ?
Oh, it is Metal Gear Solid VR missions.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that makes sense.
Makes sense.
That
Phil,
makes sense. Yes.
you're up.
Okay.
Europe.
Europe.
European.
Yeah. This one's for the Nintendo 64.
Oh, okay.
I love these questions.
With something like Blank's Blank,
Jesus. Okay.
the
Blank, you
realism.
say.
Yeah, the realism of the controls is welcome, but with a more arcade-style racer, the quote realism is a pain in the ass. If you're used to quote real racing games,
Mhm.
this just feels way too sensitive, and you don't have the time to admire some of the imaginative environments because you're too busy trying to get around the corners. Once you get the hang of it, it's okay, but there are so many other racers that are more fun.
Ugh. This is like the kind of a weird thing. 'Cause it's a racing game, which means Greg should definitely know it, but it's also an N64 game, which means Greg,
I won't know
there's
it.
no way he can know it.
True.
And I certainly don't know it because I don't, racing games just all kind of blend together for me.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's a little more realistic. Has some interesting environments, but it also sounds like it's not very good. And most of the N64 racing games I can think of are ones that are actually pretty decent. San Francisco Rush. Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna ask you to read it again.
God.
Sorry.
Because you've got something better to do, CJ.
With something like Blank's Blank, the realism of the controls is welcome, but with a more arcade style racer, the quote realism is a pain in the ass. If you're used to quote real racing games, this just feels way too sensitive, and you don't have the time to admire some of the imaginative environments because you're too busy trying to get around the corners. Once you've got the hang of it, it's okay. But there are so many other racers that are more fun.
The imaginative environments thing is throwing me off because I had a guess until you said that. And that makes me think that it's not like a sim. It sounds like it controls more sim-like. But the imaginative environment thing makes me think something more along the lines of like a Wacky Races or Donkey or Diddy Kong Racing or something. But I can't think of any arcade style games that were too sensitive. I'm gonna take a shot and say Ridge Racer 64.
Sorry, you're wrong. The answer is Revolt Racing.
Yeah, I never
Revolt.
would have gotten that.
Yeah.
That Acclaim game.
The Acclaim game.
That's right.
Which I think came out for other systems
It did.
as well.
I think it came up for Dreamcast.
It came out for Dreamcast, yeah. And it was one of the first Xbox Live games, if you remember correctly.
Yes, we've talked about this before.
Yeah, in the beta, they gave you a free copy of Revolt Racing.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Greg, you're
My
up.
turn.
This one's for PlayStation.
Okay.
I played this after a few beers one night, and it made me giggle a lot. It's really freaking weird, and in places, some of the imagery is just downright freaky. Although more involved than its predecessor, I have to say that I probably prefer blank. Not because it was necessarily better, but because it was just so different from anything else. Blank is basically a refined blank with more features and different music. Great party game, though.
Oh man. The last phrase changed my guess. I thought I had it until that point. Great party game, though.
I know. What does that phrase "great party game" mean?
Yeah.
Does it mean it's a Mario Party style game, or does it mean that it's a fun game to play in a party environment?
Huh. I don't know.
Yeah, really.
This is a tough one.
Great party game.
What are you
Freaky.
What are you thinking? What's going on in that noodle of yours? Walk us through it.
Walk us through it.
Walk us through it. What's your thought process?
What system is this for?
PlayStation.
PS1. Okay.
I don't know. Crash Team Racing 2. There wasn't a Crash Team Racing 2.
But if there was, that review would have been perfect.
That's right.
Oh boy.
Wow, Phil.
Yeah, you're gonna hate me. Read it again, please.
Oh,
Sorry.
I played this after a few beers one night, and
Okay.
it made me giggle a lot.
Okay.
It's really freaking weird, and in places, some of the imagery is just downright freaky. Although more involved than its predecessor, I have to say that I probably prefer blank. Not because it was necessarily better, but because it was just so different from anything else. Blank is basically a refined blank with more features and different music. Great party game, though.
Oof. PS1.
PS1.
Okay. I don't know if the timing of the years works out correctly,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to try it. I'm going to say Jammer Lammy.
I was thinking of that. Yeah.
Oh,
It is
yes!
Lammy.
You want to know?
I don't get the great party game though.
Yeah. Do you want to know what I thought it was? And actually, Jammer Lammy, I didn't say because I thought the year was wrong.
Mhm.
Right up until it said Great Party Game, I was going to say Oddworld Abe's Exodus.
Oh,
Okay.
Because like that fits,
Yeah,
right?
the original game
Weird,
was so
different
Yeah.
and weird
right,
imagery.
right.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But yes, it is Jammer Lammy.
All right.
Boom.
Nice.
Phil, it's your
Yes,
turn.
my turn.
Phil's last question.
Oh yeah, this
Phil's-
is final round.
Unless there's a tiebreaker, and you are
and we're
currently
we are tied
tied at 1.
1-1.
each. All right.
Okay.
Phil, this one's for Dreamcast.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
A early Dreamcast game.
yeah, this should make it easy to figure out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe not.
Okay.
What could it be? Despite impressive visuals, blank is a disappointment. The
Sonic
survival
Adventure.
horror bar has been raised by games like blank and blank, making blank pale in comparison.
Wait, the what bar?
Survival horror
Survival
bar.
horror. Okay.
Music ranges from overly dramatic to cheesy. Your character is constantly slowly running, despite being an analog game, and monsters can kill you while you're drinking the soda that replenishes your life. Plus, gameplay is drab. Is drab.
Is it
Yes.
It is a. It is.
Is it a drag or is it drab?
Drab.
Is it a drab
That will
drag?
change
A drab
Phil's guess.
Yeah.
A drab drag.
Okay.
I'll pass on this one.
Blue Stinger?
Blue Stinger.
Yeah. I mean, right? Yeah. It had
That's
to be Blue
correct.
Stinger.
It
It
is-
had to be Blue
It
Stinger.
is Blue Stinger.
Yeah.
That review written by me, and I gave it
Hey.
a 4.0.
Well, then what was it? Was it a drab or drag?
It was drab.
Okay, it was drag.
It was a drab drag.
Long time
Okay.
ago when we was drab.
Okay, Phil, you have 2 points.
I'm up to 2.
You are leading.
You gotta get this one, Greg.
Greg,
Yeah,
this
do
one
I?
is for Dreamcast.
Okay. Blue
I
Stinger.
have what?
it's the other person's Blue
It's the
Stinger
other review.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I have mixed feelings about blank. I think it's important that blank expand their horizons and experiment with new formulas. The problem with blank is that it's simply not a fun game to play. Generally, I like arena-based run and gun type action, but blank feels imprecise. Much of the sloppiness comes from the feeling of being overpowered by the guy with all of the blank. Or maybe it's because Shu plays so damn cheap.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. So like a launch window game on the Dreamcast that was an arena-based
Yeah.
shooter. Did it say shooter or arena-based
run
action?
and gun type
Yeah. Okay. So it's
action.
a shooter.
Run and gun type action.
Oh my god.
I do not know.
Quake 3 didn't come out until like another year later.
That was the
that
first
was
one
a
that
late-
popped into my head.
Yeah.
That was a very late
Yeah.
game.
I'm trying to visualize the Dreamcast launch lineup.
right.
Yeah.
And thinking something like, would something like Power Stone fit that description too? But I can't remember if Power Stone was a launch window game either.
Yeah.
I don't know. Power Stone.
That's right. It's
Hey!
Power
Oh my
Stone.
God. I did not expect to get that right.
I don't know
Wow,
why
that
they called
means-
it. I don't know why they called it run and gun.
I mean,
I
I
don't know why either.
guess technically, but there was nothing
like
else really like that. So
Twitchy action arena fighter
yeah.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
All right.
So I guess we go to the tiebreaker.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, Phil, you got first crack at this.
Okay.
It's
feel
for
like
the
a tiebreaker.
Nintendo 64.
N64.
Okay.
Good.
Phil wins.
Good.
Blank reminds me of what a darker, more disturbing version of Tomb Raider would be like. It's not a game you're going to finish in a few hours. The levels are big and branch out into different sections, so you're not always sure where to go next.
Okay.
Gameplay wise, it's not groundbreaking and sometimes suffers from that very, quote, N64 textured look. But it has its moments. For a 3D platform game, the control and camera are pretty solid.
Nightmare Creatures.
Mm.
Oh,
Wow. Really?
man.
Sorry, that is not correct.
That was a solid guess, though, right?
That was a really solid guess.
Yeah.
Solid guess.
Okay,
so
Greg.
while CJ reads this again, I'm going to think about it.
Wow. Blank reminds me of what a darker, more disturbing version of Tomb Raider would be like. It's not a game you're going to finish in a few hours. The levels are big and branch out into different sections, so you're not always sure where to go next. Gameplay-wise, it's not groundbreaking and sometimes suffers from that very N64 textured look, but it has its moments. For a 3D platform game, the control and camera are pretty solid.
I'm thinking like Soul Reaver, but I don't remember if that came to the N64. And then it's also because IDOS released a bunch of those like Tomb Raider clone. At least they felt like Tomb Raider clones, but I don't remember if any of those went to the N64. I'm just gonna say Soul Reaver, I guess.
I don't think that was on.
No, it probably wasn't.
Phil, you want a second stab at it?
Oh gosh.
Now that you probably looked it up online.
I actually have not. Although I probably should have. Okay, so it's not Nightmare Creatures.
Nope.
It's definitely not Soul Reaver.
It's not the game that didn't come out on N64.
Right.
Crash Team Racing 2.
Crash Team Racing 3.
Ooh.
Boy, Darker Tomb Raider.
It's a tough one. Tough one.
I have no idea. I don't know.
All right. Well, the answer. Greg, you want a second?
No,
go?
I was gonna say, boy, I don't get a second shot. Cool.
Nope.
But no.
No, you don't. No. Okay. Well, the answer is Shadow Man. Shadow Man.
Shadow Man.
Never played it.
It is an Acclaim
I
title.
remember the box art.
Yeah. I think it came out for more than just N64.
Let me look.
Pretty sure.
Shadow Man N64.
N64.
Oh, okay, that game.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember the box art.
Isn't that the game that Acclaim got in one of the games Acclaim got in trouble for?
For what?
For the PR that they did for it?
What?
I don't know.
What did they do?
I don't know. I just remember that used to happen.
I don't
Oh
recall.
man.
Yeah, there it is.
What sort of?
There it is. It's I found it. It's a computer game firm. Acclaim Entertainment said yesterday that it would pay relatives of the recently bereaved in return for placing small billboards on headstones.
Oh.
And that offer might be particularly of interest to poorer families. So this was in the UK.
Oh, yeah, they did a lot of that crap in the UK, didn't they?
What did they do?
They offered to pay people to put a billboard
on
gravestone.
Gravestone.
No.
Do you have
they
a loved
didn't.
one that just died? We will pay you to advertise our game.
Oh
on
my God. That's
Although
terrible.
I don't think it was Shadow Man. I think it was something else. But
okay.
That's terrible.
But it's funny because when I just looked up Shadow Man Acclaim, and this was like the 4th hit on Google.
Really? Huh.
Oh man.
Interesting.
Well, there you go.
Well, they also released it on Dreamcast, I think. Oh, yeah. N64, Windows, PlayStation, Dreamcast.
It was Shadow Man 2. It was Shadow Man 2.
Oh, really? Oh, there it is. There you go.
Oh, damn.
There you go.
Yeah, controversy. Minor controversy when plans of advertising the title on small billboards attached to real tombstones were announced, saying they would pay relatives of the deceased for the advertising.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. And then they specifically called out, "Hey, poor people."
Yeah.
Oh,
A spokeswoman for the company, which bills the game as a journey to the death side, said it's a dark, gory type of game, and we thought it was appropriate to raise advertising to a new level. The firm insisted that it was a genuine offer and claimed that the marketing ideas for its new PlayStation 2 game, Shadow Man 2, were valid.
This has to be one of the last Acclaim games, though, right? In 2002.
Remember, that was an advertising firm. That wasn't Acclaim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. Yikes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Not
All right.
great.
That's
Not great.
That's bad. Anyway, thank you, Greg and Phil, for being such good sports
Good game, Phil.
with that.
Good game. Although I guess a
you were
tie.
a tie.
We tied.
Yeah, you tied. So no
That's why I said
winner.
good game.
But there you have it.
Yep.
I want to say thank you to all of our Patreon backers for supporting the show at the $5 level to make these after shows possible.
Yeah.
And if you have an idea for a game that we can play during these after shows, send it along to playeronepodcast@gmail.com, and we may just play it on the air. But I want to
Maybe something good. Maybe something bad.
thank everyone once again, and have a fantastic week, everybody.
Have yourself a merry
Canadian
little
election.
Christmas.